heard quotes from Governor Walker out of Wisconsin saying, look, I've been here at the municipal level, the county level, and that's what I'm trying to do with this collective bargaining is I don't want people to put money into my campaign coffers, and then when they sit across at the negotiation table with me, they're just going to expect me to fold because they're funding my campaigns. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what's going on here and sort of who's the puppeteer and who's the puppet. I mean, when you look at that kind of money going into campaign coffers, we talked about this before. I don't remember the exact number, and forgive me if I quote this incorrectly. I think I said it was $200 million was union money spent on the 2010 campaigns. It was like 95 or 97% of that went to Democratic candidates. Let's be honest. And I asked Dave this when we had him on the first time. I said, look, when you make that kind of investment, because that's what it is, clearly you're not just doing that out of the goodness of your heart. You're expecting some sort of ROI, some sort of return on that investment. And typically it's going to be obviously policy that's going to help uphold what you think is right. And if you think it's right to bankrupt states and municipalities and counties so that you can get a guaranteed benefit, look, I admire what teachers do. And I said just a moment ago, I am not vilifying anybody in the situation. What needs to be vilified is the system. We need to reform the system. We've talked about it before. The Industrial Revolution education system, it's not working. It's not working for our students, and it's clearly not working for the states and the localities because they can't fund it. It just can't be funded. And what's frightening is we want to believe that the NEA has obviously got our kids' best interest at heart. And then when you hear the general counsel get a standing ovation from what he says about, hey, yeah, it's really not about the kids, it's about power, and that gets him a standing ovation, I hope that freaks you out, because it freaks me out, right, Goose?
Totally freaks me out. So it's all about control, and it's all about power and not about the kids. Well, that's come on.
It's antithetical to what it should be about. And then you hear this and you go, then I want to play this again because we didn't get a chance for Scott to really comment on this or for myself. And I want to play this again and comment on this. And Goose, get your thoughts.
This is not to say that the concern of NEA...
By the way, this is the NEA General Counsel, Bob Channing, I believe is the last name.
...and its affiliates with closing achievement gaps, reducing dropout rates, improving teacher quality, and the like are unimportant or inappropriate. To the contrary, these are the goals that guide the work we do. But they need not and must not be achieved at the expense of due process, employee rights, and collective bargaining. That simply is too high a price to pay.
Collective bargaining is way too important. It's way more important than our kids, right, Goose?
Well, apparently so, according to this guy.
That is just shocking to me.